Listen to it. It's over the top of me now. Oh! 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 Stop it!
Let's say good morning to the man from Big Jet TV. Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. How you doing?
Oh, it's him. It's him. That's that voice. That's the voice. Go on,
Easy,
son.
son.
Easy, son. That's it. That's the man. So, Jerry, when you go on holiday and you maybe sat at the bar having a drink before dinner and someone is sat next to you and you get chatting away like you do on holiday and they say, what do you do for a living, Jerry? What do you tell them?
Oh, mate, the people are just not interested, to be honest with you. If you talk about planes, they're just like, you know, saying that the mix of people that we have that watch the show is incredible. From like 5-year-olds, budding potential pilots of the future, cabin crew, engineers, technicians.
It's brilliant. So, do you have? Is this your full-time job?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And when did it become your full-time job?
About 8 years ago,
right?
When I was sort of like in a transition stage from interior design, believe it or not.
No, I can't believe that for 1
nice.
second. No, I can't. Especially looking behind you at the backdrop, I cannot believe you had anything to do with interior design. So is that when you started, or were you doing the live streaming before that?
I was literally watching a live stream from an airport where some guy was live streaming an aircraft coming in, and I thought, well, I'll have a go at that. And I went up to Heathrow, stuck the phone up against the fence, and the rest is literally history, because there was, that was when we did it on Periscope, if you remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And that was. Yeah. And that was like, I was like, oh, wow, look, there's 10 people watching. Oh, there's 4 people watching. Oh, look, there's 20 people watching. Wow, and then it's just the audience and the interaction with the audience, which is, bringing them the action, but also working with them and talking with them and experiencing it with them, basically.
So now, am I right? Just because I've not done loads of research, I've just watched it, and I think it was a couple of years ago there was a big storm, and that's for me. Yeah. That's when I found you. Is that when it went nuts for you? When people just it was almost like an unofficial news story that you were doing this, and the numbers were ludicrous.
Yeah, it went kind of crazy. I mean, we had done a few storm shows before that. So, it wasn't anything new for our audience. We were already on that climb up towards the high numbers. On that particular day, me and Jilly, my producer, we were basically saying, well, are we gonna make more than the last storm show, which was 10,000 people watching live.
Right. And
of course, I'm so mixed up in it, reading all the comments out, all people around me on the van, like, Jerry, what's going on up there? What do you think's going on up there? It's like, all that stuff going on is crazy thing. Next thing I look at it, it's like 70,000 people. Wow. And then there's 80,000 people. Then there's 100,000 people. And then there's 280,000 people watching live, man. I mean, you think of the stadiums that you could fill with that amount of people, all locked onto one particular thing. It was the ideal scenario. Everyone was told to stay indoors for the day, because you'll see bins flying down the road, and also along with that, it was the A-listers that started circulating it.
Right.
The Beckhams were watching, all that. It just, some of the names that came out were just like, even though I just couldn't, I had to get on with the show.
Yeah.
The show had to go on regardless. Jilly was like, oh my God, there's a poet laureate watching, and I'm like, yeah, great,
Great. There's the 747 coming in. Calm down, Jilly.
Yes. Yeah.
Radio. The Chris Moyles Show.